Hi, I'm Kaylee Curtis.
I'm Brian Rivera.
I'm Riley Kohler, and this is Brainland.
The goal of our team was to create an application to aid in children's development of reading acquisition. Being able to read at a grade-appropriate level is fundamental for children's academic development and for their overall enjoyment of school. We proposed a BCI that would aid children in the development of letter recognition, in which the sound of a letter will be spoken to them and they would have to attend to the right letter on the screen. We aim at accomplishing this by using a ganglion brain-computer interface.
A brain-computer interface, or BCI, is a device that measures central nervous system activity and then converts that into some output that replaces, enhances, or substitutes a function. The BCI we decided to use for this project was the OpenBCI ganglion board. Ganglion uses 4 channels to gather data from up to 8 electrodes, where 2 are used for reference to extract noise from the signal. For our purposes, we were gathering EEG data. Initially, we attempted to use simple gold cup electrodes, but had trouble with poor readings. To ensure a better reading, we used the Ultra Cortex Mark IV EEG headset. The Cortex is a 3D printed cap that allows for electrodes with tiny cones to be screwed in tightly to the user's head. SSVEP, or steady-state visually evoked potentials, are signals that are natural responses to visual stimulation at specific frequencies. For example, a person can stare at a GIF flashing at a certain frequency, and their brain will become entrained with that frequency. This frequency can be recognized in the EEG data from the OpenBCI. We can then use these entrained frequencies to trigger different functions in our application.
We had a lot of issues getting a good SSVP signal from the BCI device, so we were unable to get a working demo. But we did develop a mock-up of what the user interface would look like. The way the Brainlander page will work is by having a question asked verbally, and then the user will focus on the flashing stimuli next to their desired answer. Where the game part comes in is what happens after they answer. When a question is answered correctly, the spaceship on the screen will get closer to the ground for a safe landing. If they get a question wrong, one of the engines may start emitting more smoke, which could eventually cause the spaceship to crash if too many wrong answers are given. To further enhance the gamification, we think it would be super interesting to tie the game to a popular franchise like Star Wars. This setting also allows for the BCI to be embedded in a fighter pilot helmet, which would make the device more approachable for children. Many of the existing helmets even have speakers and microphones, which could be integrated into our game to allow for ease of communication. Players could be trying to land their X-Wing fighter with helpful instruction being provided by Commander Poe Dameron himself.
There is still much to be done to ensure a better signal. We would like to test different BCI devices to see which one gets the best signal. We would also like to try different types of electrodes, different sources of reference. One of the main priorities using this device for children is ensuring that the electrodes are comfortable and that there's no discomfort while placing them or adjusting them for a better reading. There are also many adjustments to the algorithms that make sense of the data, which would make the game either easier or more complex. Perhaps the most important aspect of the project is to ensure that the game interface is easy to use and fun to play with. We hope that by using this device, we can make this early stage of reading more fun and engaging for children.